let's discuss three forms of psychiatric myth, all of them displayed by homosexual males, and of course female criminals, and if found, a illicit, corrupt, syndicated office of services. Not labor, a contract, a legitimate audit can be performed, but services. Some type of slaved, indebted labor that they want to sell through you performing a similar act as their alleged function or purpose. Of course, privately to the broker they're selling you out of. Slavery. So let's go into the first one. Profiling. This is someone's head from the side, and it is on a piece or a side or a list of variables. They always look Jewish, don't they? Someone profiled the side of your head. A homosexual imbecile will always think you're Jewish if viewing a singular list, a homosexual imbecile. And then they will try to simplify you, therefore throwing out your arguments to the contrary of what they believe. They are an imbecile. They were overparented as a child. They were cuddled, swaddled, and taught, this is the marker, to give hand signs. See that? They just put their dick in my mouth as a toddler. Now they know how to profile the other way. They're a good bitch. I got them young. Let's move on to Odentology. That is the art of dominatrix sex. You keep a listing of terms and accusations of shame, denial, and resiliency over the course of a person's life, or at least as long as you want to have sex with them for money, 1 hour if you're a woman. Or from male, you're a male to female transgender, a delusional transgender. You've taken on a woman's role from your wife and applied it to others. So whatever she is, your dominatrix cohort, you think you are, even though you're just a fat man with a bra, a man's ear. Hi, Frank Stiller. Or was it Jerry Stiller? I can't get your characters sorted out. That one is actually for cheating court and testimony Odentology, invented by Friedrich Nietzsche and used, of course, by Adolf Hitler. Constantly mocked in pieces about German police and anybody who uses so-called Odentology, personality profiling, or, mathematical numbers reference. In reality, police work is as simple as knowing how to get somebody to collect money promised to them, such as the Publishers Clearinghouse, How to Catch a Dirty Cop, by putting them on a TV show with their face and a big check. And if it's not them on photographic reference, you clear it because you have a driver's license of all the cops. Finally, let's go to phrenology. Somebody is assumed to be a serial killer by a bondage top prison inmate. Or if a woman, a fecal philiac woman, she has a fantasy of a world leader defecating through her mouth. Namely her husband, the bondage top from prison, the guy that raped somebody in prison. And it's always the political figure they hate most and want him to frame them as. A broken wrist, a broken pinky, baldness. Whatever you have, somebody labels you as it. And then the phrenologist claims you're a serial killer, a homicidal, and arsonist based on a bodily wound or malfunction. Then it's labeled as a severe malady to be treated. Fake. Fuck you. And then you lose a woman you probably weren't interested in because she listens to a phrenologist. And she wants to take advice from a man who raped somebody in prison, now defecates down his lady's throat. The female fecal philiac, who is in love with a world figure contrary to themselves or their culture or their support. So let's go down the list. Profiling. A mental imbecile who can't figure out that he sucks cock as a baby and wants his cock sucked older. That is a profiler. He gives out hand signs and cuddles and grabs other little boys' asses. And if it's a woman, it's a prostitute. You know, a hetero's wife, if you like SNL, she was claimed to be a lesbian because she had a recreational drug habit. She just happened to be intelligent and didn't die by accident by age 15. She's capable of drinking alcohol. Next, we have odontology. Male transgenders and the dominatrixes who marry them or date them, then place the dominatrix's proper psychiatric folio onto the male odontologist, the person taking out claims of who you are and attempting to submit it in a court ceremony. Actually, their own court testimony cleared out so they can pose as you with the help of their wife making them dress up as a woman, a sissy, the odontologist male. Finally, phrenology. The physical ailment bend to steal a woman nobody wants because she's a fat whore. She eats shit. What type of woman eats feces as a Jew from Adolf Hitler? A phrenologist. The shape of your skull, your ears, your bent wrist, an allele calculation. No, it's not genetics. You have a wound or a birthing skull, like you had. See that? I didn't have a baby cap. My earlobes hang. The phrenologist can be insulted by asking if his wife was his first. It clearly wasn't. He was amiably and over rejected for wanting to poop on a woman as a LARP, a live-action role-play character, cooked up to be, you know, David Ben-Gurion if he's a Nazi, or Tim Curry if he likes cartoons, or the character Mega Man from the Ruby Spears cartoons if he's into little girls. And of course, all three of these, the fake forms of police reference, logic, and law enforcement, will pair the man and woman and offer a service out of their privately brokered claim, getting somebody else to do it with a crime syndicate umbrella organization. So moving back to the beginning, let's look at these three law enforcement tactics that are gay. They're for cops that eat donuts because it's on TV. They work so cheap they trust a patch doctor. Instead of course, eating corned beef hash, the preferred cop food from New England.